I want to share a game with you called Tens Frame Filler. And I learnt this game from Siemon, and it's in this book, Teaching Mathematics Foundation to the Middle Years. A great book to get your hands on. All you need for this game is a sheet filled with different tens frames, 2 different coloured markers, and a 0 to 9 sided dice. And it's unbelievably simple. But just before I show you the rules for how to play, I want to talk about, well, what's the whole point of actually playing this game and what it's trying to achieve. And it's all about helping students develop this idea of the composite unit. Now, what do I mean by a composite unit? Well, basically, a composite unit is just a unit made up of smaller equal-sized parts. And I can represent that with my blocks here. So I've got 10 yellow Unifix blocks here, and right now, in the way they're displayed, I'm going to be thinking of them as kind of 10 individual ones. But if I'm thinking about this as a composite unit, instead of thinking about 10 individual ones, I can think about it as 110. Now, why does this matter? Why is it really worthwhile for me to, instead of thinking about 10 as 10 individual blocks, to be able to think of it as a composite unit and now start dealing with it as 110? Well, first off, it forms the foundation of place value thinking, and then will be very much relied on when we start moving into multiplicative and division-based thinking. But it's also really useful for helping with cognitive load, because it's much easier to think about 110 as it is to try and imagine and hold on to 10 individual things. Now let's use an example with my blocks here. So let's say I was asked, what's 30 plus 20? Now, if I don't have this idea of a composite unit, then in my mind, I'm going to be trying to hold on to 50 little individual chunks of information, like my scattered blocks here. Now, that's going to be a lot harder to deal with than if all I had to do was think about it as 5 tens. And now that I've been able to create composite units, to add 30 and 20 together, you can see now I only have to hold on to 5 chunks of information in my head. 3 tens plus 2 tens, which I just know it's going to be 5 tens 50. So hopefully that demonstrates how using composite units can really reduce that mental load and help us just be more efficient when doing any of our 4 operations. And so now onto the game Tens Frames Filler. Each player will get a different coloured marker. So player 1 can be green and player 2 can be orange. They take turns rolling the dice. So first person, green, has rolled a 6. Now, on any of the tens frames, they have to, in a continuous line, cover 6 of the squares. So I might go here, 5, and 1 more, 6. Now, the aim of the game is to be the person to fill up a tens frame. Every time you fill a tens frame, you win a point. So now orange will go. This time they've got 7. Now, we can't place 7 in here and split the 7. Each number has to fit within the tens frame. So they might go over here, might go 5, 6, 7, and go around. And so we can see that, well, 7 and 3 will make 10. And now back to greens go. They rolled another 6. We can't fill any of these spots with 6, so we're going to have to go to a new one. So maybe down here, across. Orange player 0. They're going to have to skip their turn. Back to green, a 3. Now, we could start another one, but we can see that there's 3 left in this tens frame. So we can fill that one up. Now, once a tens frame has been completed, we get 1 point. So we can start making a tally mark up in the player 1 box there. The game continues until every tens frame has been completely filled. Now you can see we've only got 1 left here. Now, if you happen to roll a number that's too big for the spot, such as this 6 here, then you skip your turn. So you can never go over 1 tens frame.